Hi. Let's now, in Pope Francis's The Joy of Love, talk about chapter 4. Chapter 4 begins with Pope Francis's reflection on a beautiful text of scripture that we hear at many weddings, and I'm sure you're very familiar with. It's the one from 1 Corinthians 13, verses 4 through 7. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not jealous or boastful. It is not arrogant or rude. Love does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrong, but rejoices in the right. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. The next several paragraphs in this document then is Pope Francis's reflection, one characteristic of love at a time. Paragraph 91, for example, love is patient. Paragraph 93, love is at the service of others, and so on. I'm not going to go through all this on video. It's a beautiful reflection that you can read on your own, reading through this document. It's very easy to understand, and it's a beautiful section of the book. What I would like to highlight at this point is what he says in the opening paragraph of chapter 4. Chapter 4 is on the love that's in marriage, and paragraph 89 says, "All that has been said so far would be insufficient to express the gospel of marriage in the family were we not also to speak of love. For we cannot encourage a path of fidelity and mutual self-giving without encouraging the growth, strengthening, and deepening of conjugal and family love. Indeed, the grace of the sacrament of marriage is intended before all else to perfect the couple's love." The sacrament of marriage is given to us as a gift of God, a gift from Jesus Christ, a gift of His presence in our relationship, our love relationship, our marriage. But it's more than just a gift from God. It is an empowerment to perfect our love for one another, our love for our spouse. The sacrament, what it means to have a sacramental marriage, goes way beyond what most of us ordinarily think about, and certainly way beyond what the world talks about. This is why so many Catholics get married outside the church instead of in the sacrament, because we don't understand what it really means to have the sacrament of love as the basis of our marriage. What is a sacrament? A sacrament, simply put, is the presence of Christ and the activity of Christ given to us freely, if we avail ourselves of it, so that we can live the life that God intended for us. So the sacrament of marriage is an empowerment and a gift from God to live the marriage that God intends for us. Because you see, we need sacramental help. We need more than just a promise to each other made in vows on a wedding day. Because promises are so often broken, so easily broken, right? And how we perfect love through the sacrament of marriage is outlined in the next several paragraphs where Pope Francis does this beautiful reflection on 1 Corinthians 13. For example, love is patient. And he says being patient does not mean letting ourselves be constantly mistreated, tolerating physical aggression, or allowing other people to use us. That's a mistake that a lot of people make, thinking that to be a good Christian and be patient, we have to, because Jesus said turn the other cheek, we have to put up with abuse. That is not God's intention. We are called to continue loving, but we don't have to stay in the abusive situation. So that's just a little sample of what Pope Francis gives us to reflect on here in the rest of this section that deals with 1 Corinthians 13, these special verses on love. So before the next video, read these paragraphs that have to do with this special scripture. God bless you.